Katie's
Right.
brother, John, had always talked about, I mean, he played college football for Snow, and
Yeah.
he's always mad that there was no facilities here for people to work out in.
Right.
And anyway, that he was out selling for Vivint at the time,
Mm-hmm.
because he was still in the game of the
Yep.
door-to-door sales. And anyway, I called him up. I said, hey, are you serious about doing a gym? Because I found a space. We can't do it on our own, but if you're serious, we'll go in on it with you. You can do the gym out of the basement, and we'll do Katie's photography out of the upstairs of the building. And we'll see what we can do. And he said, okay. And that's
And thus
the start.
180 Fitness was born.
That was the start of 180 in 2015, 2016.
Has it been that long?
I think we incorporated in 2015 and then
Dang.
opened January 2016. So
That's crazy.
it'll
That's
be
like
10
a
years
lifetime
in.
ago.
Yeah. And that's all it was supposed to be, right? But then it's turned into what it's turned into.
Right.
But anyway,
So this is how you started into photography and the gym. And the gym was kind of to make photography work, right?
Yeah, well, the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to be able to maintain the space and be able to have something to help supplement income. But now things have kind of shifted. Do you think you do more gym work or more photography work now?
Well, and that's the thing. It's both. It's still,
Uh-huh.
because Kanan still runs the studio,
Yeah.
and that's still going well. We've shifted our focus with the studio. So again, it used to be what everyone and their dog does. So weddings, babies, families,
Right. Yep.
just the gamut of the normal
The
stuff that
photography
people
things,
do.
yep.
Like when you hear photography, you're like, oh, okay. But we kind of shifted because we had the studio space and because we had help. We shifted more into the things that are not as easy photography, like a single person can't really do. So we did more of the volume side of things. So we started targeting like youth sports
Right.
or dance studios, school photos, so to compete with like Life Touch.
Right.
So that's kind of the shift we did. And well, it's a shift now, but when we first did it, we did it to supplement because we were young, we were still hungry. I mean, we still work, but we, at that stage in our lives, we were just all about work. Like it was all
Right.
work.
Yeah.
And one thing that we've noticed is families, weddings, babies, family reunions, those types of jobs, people call on those. Like the high point of those jobs are nights, weekends, holidays, summer, like all the vacation times, right?
Yeah.
That's when it's high. But then when the school season hit, then there was this lull because
Right.
people aren't getting married during the school season. Families aren't getting together. It just kind of went like this, right? Like the peaks were all those times that I said, and the lows were the opposite of that.
Right.
And so then we noticed that school photography, I think Odie, who's now the superintendent at North St. Pete, he's the first school that we did. And he was willing to let us try. And so we did his school, and it went okay. Like it went fine. And then other schools started finding out that we were doing, like people that Katie would go to school with, because nobody really likes Life Touch. I shouldn't say that. Not that they don't like it. They're just so big that they can't really do customer service.
Yeah.
And then they're so big that they have all the schools, mostly their priority of schools is the big ones because there's
Right.
more kids and there's more money.
More money.
And then the lower priorities are the rural schools
Yep.
and the smaller schools, which is where we live.
Right.
And so we felt like we could service those better. And I think we have, but in the beginning, we were just happy to do work. And so anybody that Katie went to school with that was now involved in a school district in Cedar City or in Brigham City or Salt Lake would be like, hey, we're not happy with our photographer. Come do it. We're like, okay. Okay. And then we started doing that for the first little bit, but then I soon realized that I was like, I don't like this because we're no better than a Life Touch at this point because we're coming in, doing the thing, and then we're leaving, and we can't service you because you're so far away.
Yeah.
And so that's when we had the shift. We're like, there's enough schools around where we already live, especially that are being underserved. Because there's schools here that'll tell us all the time, like, yeah, Life Touch won't even come do our school anymore because we're so far away, we're so small, and they've got way too much. Anyway.
Yeah, they can fill their time with 5A and 6A schools, and they don't have to worry about, 3A, 2A, or probably even 4A in some areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, because of that, we've grown it to what we've grown it to, and we can do more. This is the conversation with the studio at this point. We've since shifted because of that. We've since shifted our focus to do only volume. Like she'll still do the other stuff when people
Right.
ask, but we're not
Yeah.
we're
It's
not
not you're
aggressively
not
seeking.
actively. Yeah.
But she'll still do it if people find us.
Right.
But the volume stuff is what we kind of like now, because again, it's the exact opposite of what the other was. So now it's during school, so it follows the school calendar,
Yeah.
and the whole world follows the school calendar.
Yeah.
If
With
the-
everything.
Yeah, with everything. And so it's been great because now we can work when our kids are at school,
Right.
and then when they're off, because of the school calendar, we can be off as well. So we have our summers back, we have our nights, our weekends, our holidays, like everybody else.
Yeah.
With the exception of like if she's doing a youth sports group, those are usually on weekends, but those aren't super. I think she says she's got a pageant that we're doing tomorrow.
Oh,
So those kind of things come up every once in a while, but not like they used to. And the bulk of what we do now is, like I said, the school stuff, which is great. And we've been doing it long enough now that we're dialed in. And in the very beginning, I was super self-conscious because, again, this goes back to me being naive about everything when I was on my mission, right? Like, oh, everyone's going to be what a missionary should be, and they're going to do what they're supposed to do. I thought the same thing about school pictures. Like,
I
oh,
like everything.
school districts are dialed in. They know exactly what's going on. They know how business works. They know what they need and why they need it and how they need it. And I've learned that it's just everything's run by people.
Then you learn that it's government,
Just like
and
us.
nothing is ran like a business in the government.
Yeah, well, there's that, and we're now spread across multiple districts, so we see that every district. Something that I used to think with like gospel truth of like, you can't do this thing because X, Y, Z, and then this other school district's like, yeah, you can do that thing. We don't care. And so again, that naivety of me of like no
Right, assuming
consistency
rules
across
are the same. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it just isn't. So anyway, but having said that, I now would put us up against anybody, any of the big dogs, because they're not doing anything different or better than us. If they have any leverage on us, it's they have more resources because they've
Right.
been around longer
Yeah.
and probably better systems. I guess I better put air
Back end
quotes around
systems.
that. Yeah, back
Not
end
systems of taking the pictures and delivering pictures necessarily so
Correct.
much as just like how you're bringing the information together and forming whatever product
and
it
more
is you're thinking about.
automation and more like
Yeah.
speed
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Just again, because they have way
They can
more
pay for it.
time.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've got more budgets. So in fact, if they really wanted to, they could be like, oh, we're going to do school pictures for free for the next 5 years for all the schools that you're doing, put us out of business, and then start charging again.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's just the nature of the Walmarts versus the
Yeah.
Terrells,
Right.
like here in town. Right.
Yep.
But anyway, so as far as the studio goes, we still do a lot in that regard. I refer to that as our active business, I guess, because that's
Okay.
Katie's focus.
Yeah.
And we're actually doing the work there still.